Pitiful humans! This is Mr. Zero's Terror Ride. I am Mr. Zero, clown, comic, and commentator on all things absurd, silly, or scary. Went to KMFDM last week. It was an excellent show, and I was very excited to go. It was the first time in a long time that I'd been to a show that was small enough to enjoy, yet big enough to be good. And I've got an itchy nose today, so I'm scratching it a lot. But I got to go. Small little intimate venue, only 800 people were allowed. That's small compared to a lot of the concerts I end up usually going to. You know, like I went to see A Perfect Circle at a place called Kingsbury Hall, which is a nice theater, and got to see them there. But that was a huge show. Too many people made me annoyed. Now, this was a show that I didn't get annoyed at. And what's interesting is when I go to rock and roll shows now, I notice you can count the bald spots really easily. It's the majority of the people going to these shows are, at least the majority of the guys seem to be in their 30s. And I even saw a guy in his 50s there. This 50-year-old guy at KMFDM just in there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like this. Mm-hmm. And I mean, you know, he's 50 years old. He's still young enough to be a huge fan of KMFDM, probably huger than anyone else, a bigger fan than anyone else could claim to be, because he was like, you know, like in 1984, he's a young man and he's listening to KMFDM and saying, "This is music I can get behind. This is my kind of music," you know, back in those angsty times when you're a young man going, "Argh!" And he just, maybe he followed KMFDM all the way from 84, clear into the 90s, like, you know, sit there and the Juke Joint Jezebel came out. He's like, all these people, all these 10 people that I know that are fans of KMFDM now because of that song Juke Joint Jezebel. Man, it makes me so mad. I was there since 84, man. And then, you know, up until, you know, here it is, 2011, and he's at the KMFDM concert going, yeah, this is cool. Seeing that dude just cheered me up. It's like, hey, that guy is like 50 years old and having a good time at an industrial rock concert, at a dance metal dub concert. It was a good show. Great to see the band up there. I'm not a huge follower of KMFDM. I got in at Juke Joint Jezebel. You know, I was one of those losers. So I have the Juke Joint Jezebel single. I also have the album Attack. I think there was one album called Dogma, which had a song called Dogma that I really liked, and a few other songs. I mean, I would grab the CDs from the library, put them on the radio, and listen to them. I never really knew the names of them. I just liked them. I never took the time to learn them. The song album Symbols, I'd like to own one day. I love the song Anarchy. I thought that was a good one, but I just haven't. I just, you know, it wasn't a priority in my album buying days. Album, CD. I'm gonna act like I'm so. I only listen to vinyl. No, but back in my CD buying days, it was not a high priority on my list. I bought Attack. I got the Juke Joint Jezebel single, and that's about it. But I do enjoy their music, and it was a good show to go to. Um, I did recognize a lot of the songs. You know, it's been like 10 years since Attack has come out, and they've come out with like 3 other albums. So I was able to pick out a few songs that I knew what they were. Um, but I think the main point of this is when I went to this concert, I was dressed in just a t-shirt and my shorts and tennis shoes. And that's the outfit I put on that morning. That's the outfit I went out to run some errands. That's the outfit I wore to the concert. Um, that's my uniform. I usually have, like, I'm wearing my Freddy Krueger shirt. I also have some other shirts I wear, and a lot of my shirts, people will look at them and say, "Hey, nice shirt," and I have to go, "Oh, thanks," because I don't know what I'm wearing. And a lot of the guys at this concert were like that, you know, t-shirt, shorts. Some of them were wearing boots, some of them were wearing tennis shoes. It's kind of the uniform of the disaffected, disillusioned, you know, young adult, I guess, 30-year-old, you know, geeky, rock and roll kind of guy. Greasy hair included, and of course, facial hair. Like, I don't care, man. I'm 30 years old. What am I going to do now? And the reason why I bring all this up is I didn't put on a special outfit at the concert. There were lots of girls there that had put on cute little special outfits. None of the guys did, which is fine with me. I don't have a problem with that. But so then the other day, my my wife's sister's boyfriend, he comes over here and he's talking to me for a bit and he mentions something about the shirt I'm wearing. I'm like, oh, I didn't even know what shirt I'm wearing. And he talked to me about, you know what that is? That's the sign of a true goth. And he goes and tells me that back in like the early aughts, there was this online like test. You could, how goth are you? I'm sure if you go on MySpace or Facebook, you could probably find it again. But he basically said that a true goth doesn't care about what they wear. They always wear what they wear and blah, blah, blah. And I agree because I had taken the test for too. And he came out as true goth and I came out as true goth. You know, super goth, whatever. I don't really, I claimed myself as goth for like a few years in high school, which only lasted a few years. But that's when I was goth. You know, I was a goth, man. And you know, I did what other goths do is just hang out and complain about how everyone else is so fake. Um and I went to so much trouble to go out and buy an actual dog collar, not one from Hot Topics. No, I went to PetSmart and paid real money for a real quality dog collar, and I used to wear that to school until the principal said that I could get sued and the school could get sued if someone fell on it and got hurt. And I says, if someone fell on it and got hurt, it would be me because they'd be falling on my neck. But I digress. But that's the only time I really considered myself goth. It's always been like I've been into punk. I've listened to Bauhaus and other post-punk bands, the quote-unquote starts of goth. Um, I listen to a lot of industrial. I listen to, you know, the stuff that goths and rivet heads and punks all listen to. And I used to claim punk. I kind of still do. Oh yeah, I used to be like, you know, I'm still I guess a punk. The term I use now is outsider, and that's my main point. I'm not a punk, goth, grunge, any of that stuff. Not all that stuff I used to be into. That doesn't make me. What I am is an outsider. That's why I listen to punk and grunge and goth, because I was an outsider, and that music appealed to me because it, by and large, was music from made by other outsiders or from other outsiders, or to appeal to the outside fringe person. And to this day, I still, you know, prefer, you know, things from outsiders. I'm a huge fan of George Carlin, and though lots of people are huge fans of George Carlin, and they all probably claim to be outsiders too, as George Carlin claims to be an outsider. There is this status quo that still is upheld, and I think that status quo is getting smaller and smaller. I think a lot of people are going around claiming to be an outsider, and I don't think any of them are incorrect in that. But that's really what someone who like doesn't care about what they're wearing, they're rejecting that kind of philosophy. They're rejecting like, ooh, I have to put on something nice. Um, like, I don't even own nice clothes because what am I gonna wear them for? Well, I own like a few relatively nice shirts and one pair of jeans. Those are my nice clothes. If I have to go to a wedding, that's what I'm wearing, you know. Um, and that's basically what this video is about. It's about, you know, if you go on going on about how you're a true goth, you probably aren't. If you just say, "Hey, I'm just not part of the status quo. I'm Naughty Dread. I'm Malumbo, I think is what it was called in Brazil a few years ago. I'm an outsider. I'm laid back and I don't care about your little fancy pants world that you're trying so hard to uphold." I guess that's what I'm getting at. Um, but my I guess I'll call him my friend Dave. Ooh, I just disappeared from it. I guess I'd call him my friend Dave. His opinion is that that's goth. And, okay, pat on the back, you're a goth. But I just use the term. I'm an outsider. I'm a dissident. I'm an antagonist. Um, I just don't belong around normal people. That's where I stand. I'm schizo. That makes me 10 times more super goth. And communication. Just done rambling. See ya all later. And eat a rock or something else random and stupid I can say. Eat a rock!